Howdy, folks. Welcome back. Let's get to the show, shall we? Let's come on over here real quick and get over to the solar report. And what looks like a quiet day on the sun there, even over here. See, it looks nice and quiet. In fact, that looks kind of scarily quiet. Okay. And we'll talk about that in a minute here. But first, let's go back. And looks all jumpy and skippy, doesn't it? That's because we're missing most of the data. All right, they cut out an event that's in there. So I'm going to back up a little bit. We're going to come down here to stereo A and open up stereo A because some of the event is captured there. And you can see our event right here on this side. Over here as well. This is glitching out a little bit on the black and white side here because we did get quite an event here. Now, well, there it is, starting to erupt right there. So we'll kind of go frame by frame right here. And let me cut out that music in the background there. There we go. Okay, so we have this glowing area. Here's our object still kind of sitting there. See it? See how stuff goes by it and it doesn't move? So even stereo A is detecting this object out here, okay? And it's in this spire area that's never really erupted and released. It's just been sitting there the whole time. Otherwise, we've had this eruption on this side, and you can see there's something in there, but it's very... This old camera doesn't detect things quite the same as the other ones, so... But you can see we've had an eruption right there off the, well, off this side of the sun over here. Okay, and it's not much data, but it is the event right there that got blocked out. And this is also confirming our object sitting there. A second satellite confirming the same thing. In fact, what would be interesting would to go back here. Let's see what stereo A picked up on that object yesterday. Not showing anything. Never mind. I'll go back through that and see what we can find in there. But anyways, today most of the data is missing. You can see it was because we had an event. There was an event there, and you wouldn't be able to tell by this instrument right here because here our ghost X-ray flux is nice and quiet. So this event probably came off the back side of the sun. Okay, we have our big sunspot rotating around the backside. And, well, we'll get into that as well. I believe that sunspot grouping that's over there is going to rotate back around. The object that's inducing that is going to rotate around the backside of the sun and then bring it back around again. We'll see. But things are looking a little strange here, suspiciously quiet because everything's on the opposite side of the sun. So we're having a nice quiet event time right here, despite having, come back here, you, despite having eruptions right there, probably off the backside, okay? It's not coming our way, so our detectors didn't detect it, and what we're getting in our field of view is nice and quiet, a little too quiet, but that's okay. We've got a lot of energy. We don't need to be absorbing anymore, so pulling back here, you can see now, like coming over here, tomorrow and the 5th, they're calling for G1 storms. Okay, that's more absorption. That's not going to be good. All right. Anywho, we have 3 sunspots, very quiet. We're on the quiet side of the sun. It seems that this grouping of objects orbiting the sun is causing those sunspots to orbit around, and the opposite side of the sun, where they're not right now, is nice and quiet. Okay, here over at our KP, nice and quiet. We did come out of a little event. It's going down, but tomorrow we're expecting a G1 storm, so expect to see that go up a little bit, okay? The Earth-facing side of the sun is looking rather. That's the same article. Let's open up our auroras real quick. They're nice and faint right now. Okay, that means it's kind of quiet right now. That's good. We're on the quiet side of the sun, it seems like, for the moment. Let's open up this tracker, see what they're... Ooh, look, that's a pretty healthy blast. But going away from us, okay? So we're not even getting clipped by it. So that's good. It's going away. And while we're kind of looking at that, I forgot to say thank you, everybody, for spending time to come here at this channel, to be with our precious family, to be part of this precious family. So let's get that out of the way. I want to say hi to Tanya and Tiger's Eye and Jeremy and all Michelle, all the people that made it tonight, especially Hopkinson, Jeremy. Yeah. We got the family. Oh, Marie Olivia Laval. Hello, Marie. Welcome. All right, back to business here. Okay, we'll chat later once we get to the spiritual part. We got to take care of business first, though. So, big CME, big blast came off, but not in our direction. All right, the other satellite either failed to detect it or send the info back, however that's working. All right, but back out of that, back out of this. Just a couple of sunspots here. Let's get over here now. Do this. All right. Animal behavior during the solar eclipse. Okay, right now, this cat that I have that I've kind of adopted, that's my buddy, is acting scared. Been researching on YouTube a little bit of animal, how to, detect their behavior and stuff. So, funny how I'm seeing this in my animal as this article comes up. So, animal behavior during the solar eclipse. Humans aren't the only animals who respond to solar eclipses. Baboons, bees, spiders, giraffes, and many other species have surprised researchers with their reactions to the moon covering the sun. Would you like to help investigate Solar Eclipse Safari, a citizen science project? I should show them my cat. All right. Is asking people on the path of totality on April 8th to report their observations of wildlife. Okay, so watch out, watch your animals. They're already kind of hinting to you animal behavior. And not to offend you guys, but you're a bunch of animals too. Okay? You got two eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and you respond to the Schumann resonance just like the rest of the animals. So, animal behavior as well as your behavior as well, especially during the solar eclipse. All right, you see everybody flocking to it? There's the behavior right there. All right. This is a great week to photograph Comet 12P Pons Brooks in the evening sky. The comet is almost fourth magnitude and it's an easy target for small telescopes, cameras, when there is no moon or clouds. Okay. I tried to image this. All right. That's kind of what that was a cheap shot. There's the money shot right there. And you captured this little star right next to it too. Comet 12P is especially vulnerable to this carpet bombing. This is little probably shooting stars. Oh, by satellites. I was carpet bombed by satellites that crisscrossed the sky while he was doing this. All right, anywho, there's a good picture of it. What was I going to read here? If you do photograph 12P, try taking a series of short exposures, then discard the ones if any crisscross by satellites. Combining the clean shots can be produced an image like this. So that's a combined shot. It's a 32-minute exposure, 15-second single shots. Okay, but it is a way to capture all the color and spectacle of this thing. It's really starting to pan out. Does that look like the devil to you? It kind of lost its horns or its wings. It's got a regular tail now, but still it's called the devil comet. I guess that they like to nickname things and stick with it. So beautiful looking comet there, beautiful tail. It's only going to get bigger, and this is going to, be more visible during the month of April. Okay, moving on. Here we go at our Schumann. All right, I labeled this purged because that's kind of just what we saw was a purging of energy. Okay, we took on energy. It went down. It got absorbed by the magnetic field through the poles, got sent down to the core. The core heats up, swells, and expands. In turn, the shell heats up and expands. It wants to expand outward, but there is magma on top of it. That's a lot of weight and pressure down that depth. With all this magma sitting on top of the outer core, it can't expand outward, so it expands back inward onto the core, outward expanding core. At that barrier, they start to grind. Here is your intense grinding session. All right, we came out the backside, and as you can see, we're pumping along pretty good. I thought we would definitely take a pretty good dip, a good weakening, but we're going along pretty strong right now. There's a little blip right there where pressure was, right at the edge. We absorbed just a tiny little bit that made it squeak just a little bit, a little pop right there, but we came out the backside, and now we're having some good, strong human resonance, some continuity, even though we had this. Now, all the volcano eruptions and that earthquake purged that energy and released the grip. Okay, and now the dynamo is back to running smooth again. So if you were seeing animal behavior being odd during this time frame, it's because of these events. All right, it not only affects the animals, it affects you guys as well. And I have a very delicate body. I've suffered a lot of injuries in my life, and I got lots of steel plates and screws, and when this stuff happens, I can feel it. Some of you understand what I'm talking about. You got aches and pains. This is not helping. All right. So we came out of it. We purged some of the energy. It released this grinding effect. And now we're kind of back to running smooth again. That means pressure has been released. It's been purged. Okay. And you can see it right here. Bink. Now we've been purged. All right. Now we're back to running smooth. Now, will we go back here and we look at this coming tomorrow? Well, guess what's going to happen here? We're probably going to see another one of these events. All right. It won't be right away. It's been taking different variations of time lately, which is really hard to track. It used to be a day later, then it was 12 hours later, then it was 6 hours, and then the time difference was, the interval was getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Well, now it's a little different. Sometimes we see it right away, sometimes we don't. Anyways, I expect with this new inbound wave of energy, whatever we're going to take on the 4th and the 5th here, these two little combined energy here, gonna light up the auroras to yellow probably. It'll get absorbed down to the core, and we'll see some more grinding events here in the future coming down the pike here. And then more aches and pains and more, the whole cycle all over again. And it'll have to be purged again. We're just going purge after purge after purge. Every time we get hit with the sun, it builds up energy, pressure down below. It comes out into either volcanoes and earthquakes. There's your, whoops, get that out of there. There we go. So here we are over at China. You can see it's very dark purple, very intense in this region. Let me remind all that right next door to all of this pressure is Taiwan, right here. Okay, that fulcrum point that I show you points right at this tip of the island. Remember that V-shape shape of quakes pointing right to this tip right here, and that's where we're seeing a fair amount of, concentrated amount of SO2 coming out of Taiwan. Okay, that's an indicator of the pressure down below. So let's do this real quick. Let's go over to Java. Notice how Java is well defined, all purple. Okay, so we still got some pressure going on. Even we're in the purging process right now. We purged enough to stop the grinding, but there's still plenty of pressure down below, as we can tell by these two sites. All right, let's also wait, stop with that. I want to come over here to America. Zoom in on America, pull it down. All right, one half is all bleeding out, pretty dark too. The other half all white, clearing up. There's your country divided right there. Funny how every time I always put this little divider thing right here, right? And it's always the spot that's cleared. I don't do it on purpose. I always kind of do it like this, but it's always the spot right there that seems to be. Anyway, this side bleeding out profusely. It's pretty dark over here. And with the storm moving through that area, it's taking this gas and blowing it all around here. Let me put the wind back on for you here. So you can see the wind patterns, how it swoops this gas up, spins it around, puts it into storms. But you can see the plumes are these concentrated areas here. Whoops. Come back. Oh, yeah, I want to take out the wind. There we go. So still a lot of pressure down below. We're in the purging process right now, kind of. So, and we always have been. There's pressure down below, and it just fluctuates in intensity. And you can look how dark it is right here on this peninsula, or not peninsula, but this very point out here in China. So a lot of pressure in that region right there, pushing out a lot of gas. And that's just above Taiwan right here. Also, wait, one last spot, and then we got to change over here real quick to a different setting. Okay, here's your fulcrum point over at South America. These three, very dark, very defined, means a lot of pressure down below. So our pressure is high. Even the southern coast here, all solid. Okay, so a lot of pressure down below. Now, before I forget, I need to get over to surface temperature anomalies. Okay. We're at Taiwan right here. There is a plume of heat in between Taiwan and China right here. I'll even currents. There we go. Thank you, Lord. And that one too. All right, there we go. So I'll put on the currents because I want you to see the source coming into here is not bringing hot water into this area. Hot water is forming in this area, all right, with cold water right next to it. Again, with these cold water, hot water barriers causing changing, the difference in temperature changes the currents a little bit. But here we are with a heat plume, hot water in between China and Taiwan, all right? Another spot to watch out for down here, this little island off of, in this bay here, as well as up here at Japan. This plume, this heat plume, look how it's spreading across the Pacific Ocean. We also have Tamumasi out here. And something else we need to start looking at is what's going on up here? Take these currents off now. We are in the Gulf way up here, Bering Strait. There's the Bering Strait right there. Do you see this plume of hot water between the Aleutian Islands? Look, here's the Aleutian Islands coming out here. This is a old cold pocket this is always a pocket of cold water. And look what we have, this heat plume way up here again, right next to cold water. Okay, and then I also showed you over here on the top of the world here, clear up here above Russia. This is further north than Iceland. I mean, it's way up above the top of Greenland. And we have a hot plume of water growing out there. That is not tropical. That's from the magma down below creating water plumes, hot water plumes. Weak spots in the crust, okay? All right. No. What was the other spot I was looking at? All right, so here we are back to Taiwan. All right, while we're right there, okay, leave it there. Now I want to come over and do the earthquake report now with that in the background. Now here, let's close this out. Let's dive in like a regular earthquake report first, okay? Our region, our deep region, no deep quakes, but here on the boundary, we have our 5 at the surface. Up here's another 5. It's down at 212 with the smaller little mid-range 4 down at 171. Mid-range 4 there. Very quiet through this region. Very quiet along this side today. Okay, this is a just now recent quake. 5 down at 148. Another 5 right there at the surface. All right, there's so many right there. We'll come back to that. Now, what I want to kind of show you here is, please, Lord, can we just have the one stage right there? All right. Energy creeps up. Here's our fulcrum point. It's been our weak spot now. We have multiple quakes, everything being released there. Energy coming up this side. Remember, we had our little 6-pointer here. Look up here now. 6.1 at a depth of 4 right off the coast of Japan there. And 6.1, I bet it was a tad bit bigger. There's a 4.4 down there, and above it up here, please, Lord, is a 4.5 down at 111, topping it off with a 5 at a depth of 35 here, okay? This right here. This whole package look familiar? Okay. Now, what I want to do now here is come back down here to Taiwan. Oh, Lord, help them, please. Give them the courage and the strength to endure the knowledge I'm about to give them. And please help me too as well. Okay. I'm just going to let you look at, this is the latest activity, all right? This is today's activity, we're talking a bunch of 4.8, 4.6, mid-range 4s, all over the place here, all right? All mid-range 4, maybe some higher-end 4s. There was a 4.9, which I call a 5. There's another 5 maybe. Mid-range 4s, okay? So we are still seeing this plume of activity. This is energy being released at the surface, okay? We have a weak spot here, right at this fulcrum point, and I was showing you that V shape coming up there. Well, I'm thankful all our activities on this side, okay? Because if you looked over on this side of the island, did you note that there's, wait. You note that there's this plate boundary going right through the middle, basically the middle of this huge city. Taipei, I think it is. Capital. Okay, let me back out. I want you to see that fault line. This fault line here. All right, and I want you to know how that plate boundary, that's a freaking plate boundary. It's more than just a fault line. That's where two plates intersect. And there's a huge city. And on the backside of these mountains is all our pressure being released right here. Back to Taiwan. Do you see what side the pressure plume is on? It's actually on this side. And we're seeing activity over on that side. But look out for this side, the side that has the huge city with the plate boundary running down it. Oh, please, Lord, I hope we don't see a release on this plate boundary. Okay? Because you can see the setup. I really don't want to put it out there, but the possibilities are there. All right, let's just pray that this kind of activity continues. I know it sucks, these poor people on this side of the island, but for the sake of all, it's probably better that they're getting all this energy distributed over here, because one little slip along this plate boundary, they're talking about the San Andreas being dangerous, right? Look at this. Well, that's as close as 11. This is a plate boundary that runs through a massive, massive city that could cause devastating effects. Meanwhile, we're going to see more activity out here. If we see a big strike out here, bad news is tsunamis would go outward across the Pacific. If we saw a quake on this side, it would kind of keep it in this bay structure. It would reflect, a little bit off of these shorelines and stuff, but it would be sending it away from the rest of the Pacific. Kind of a delicate situation right there. Okay, and now we're seeing energy move up to here and being released here at Japan, where we have our other plume, heat plume here. Okay. Japan could possibly be our next fulcrum, or our next release point. This, I don't want to put it out there, but I have to warn you guys, could be a precursor to a bigger quake coming down the road here. You know how we always look for new weak spots? Okay, we got a new weak spot here, and when all this pressure's going on and it's still being released here, and we have something else big get released, that tells me there's a new weak spot right there at a pressure plume. And the setup is getting to where we could possibly see a big quake out of Japan here. All right, we got to move on. 5.3 out here just off of the Gobi Desert. In here, finally some activity, mid-range 4 at the surface. That's at 1.3. That's right at the surface. 4 there at 85. And up here we had a mid-range 4 in Montenegro at 21. Anything along the plate boundary? No. All right, come over here, fulcrum point. Well, south of it. A 5 down at 80. 5 here at 36. All kinds of 5s all over the map. 5s here. 5s all through here. a 6, probably a little stronger than a 6.1, and all the activity around it correlating with our heat plume in that area. Everybody watch out for Japan. I would, this weather report, we'll have to get to that too. The weather stations going down during a tornado outbreak. That's why it's important to get this show and get this stuff days ahead in advance. So come that day, don't rely on that thing. It could go down on that day. So it's good to know stuff in advance as well. Know stuff in advance as well. And here, and whatever might be going on down here. Okay, we gotta move on. Back to the quakes. Little activity up here. There's a red one right here in Alaska, a 3.4 just now, with just now down here in California at the geysers, a 3.0. Let's get into the geysers here. I want to see all magnitudes today. And yes, we've had quite the little flurry going on here as well. Uh-oh. Got a little jam up there. Please, Lord, can we remove that? I want it. Oh. All right, anyhow, we got a little quake swarm going on there. Well, let me back out of this now, but this is releasing energy. And thankfully, it's doing it here and not along the fault line, or anywhere where we've had bigger concentrations of population. Please, Lord, please, Jesus, can we have control of this thing back so I can thank you? All right, there we go. Thank you, Lord. So you can see quite the little flurry. And look at this patch in red. That's all current activity right now. So this latest one being the biggest one is the 3. So we have a little flurry that's increasing in magnitude, and now we have a 3 measuring here. What was this one? 1.5, 0.09. It's this one here. 0.3. Okay, so a bunch of little ones, but they grew enough that now we have a 3 that's registering when we go to the 2.5 and above. All right, so that shows me a little increase in magnitude here. Pressure's still down there, still venting, still purging. Oh, Lord, can we have the screen, please? All right, so that's just off of our fulcrum point up here in Northern California. So other than that, it's really quiet. Little mouse bar down here, 2.7. There's our activity out here in the plains. I just want to take a peek at this. 2.7 in Oklahoma. Anything else hiding around the New Madrid? Okay, good. Come on down here, just off the Cocos plate, mid-range 4 down at 132. Our regular activity over there. And that's about it for our quake report tonight. All right, just had this one, a 5 here in Indonesia. So quake activity is now picking up. We're seeing our pressure vent through earthquakes more now than we had before. It was more volcanoes than earthquakes. So let's get on over to the volcano report here tonight. I forgot to pray, Lord. Yes, thank you. Lately, I have had to pray with every move I make. And if I don't, I have to suffer the consequences until I realize, oops, I forgot to pray about it. Okay, here we go. We're already into April 4th now. 4.5 days. All right. Santa Guido, Fuego, Merapi, Semeru, Requejenas, Reventador, Sangay, Sabacaya. Here's a lava flow map that they're talking about at Requejenas here, because a recent lava flow map has been released by experts of the Land Survey Iceland. According to satellite data processing acquired on March 27th, the current lava volume is approximately 25.7 plus 1.9 million cubic meters, with an estimated width of lava. Okay. Merapi in central Java. A strong eruption occurred at the volcano this morning at about 6:28 local time. A large black ash flow raced down through the Kalibayong ravine on the southern flank. The pyroclastic flow created abundant gray ash plumes known as phoenix clouds, a towering wall of ash separating from the pyroclastic flow as it tumbled down the slope. From the available webcam images, hot avalanches were about to descend on the edifice's base. Semeru, Merapi, both on the island of Java. Volcanic ash advisory. Eruption reported at 15,000. Semeru, its max I've seen was 14. We got a new maximum, 15. Santa Guido, so high it's not available. Look at Fuego, 17,000 feet. Sangay in Ecuador, I know if I click on this, we're going to get taken to some other page. 2,000 meters distance from the summit. All right, so about 8,000 feet right there. Reventador, 14,000 feet. Sabancaya was so high it was unable to detect. Well, please, Lord, may we have the third as well. Oh, someone was going to show you. Sometimes up at the top of the page, it tells you how many currently, how many active, and how many possible. And it was up to 61. So, come on, Lord. We were doing just fine there. So, all over this whole map, including the semi-active, was like 61 total volcanoes that are that are online. And everybody, oh, that's normal. No, it's not normal. All right. Ibu, 7,000 feet. Luatobi, 10,000 feet. Here we go. Semeru on East Java, 13,000. So, Semeru on Java, 13,000 feet on the 3rd, and we just saw 15,000 on the 4th. That is an increase in altitude, which is a sign of the increase in pressure down below. See? Understand? Capiche? Comprende? Catorce? Good. Merapi. 19,000? Wow. Look at this. 19,000 on Merapi. That's a new one. That's a new high for that one. Wind gauges, wind generator, good idea. Ducono, 8,000 feet. Popocatépetl, 20. Santa Guido, 13,000 feet. Fuego, 15. Poas on Costa Rica, explosive activity continues. Warned about a volcanic ash plume that rose to 10,000 feet. Okay. Nevada del Ruiz. This one's always on the possibly active, might be fully active. That's the one I keep telling you belongs on the, currently erupting list. Currently erupting is Nevada del Ruiz at 20,000 feet. Backed up by Sangay at 20,000 feet. Reventador probably way up there as well. Sabancaya, 22,000 feet. White Island in Antarctica. What? Okay, they're talking about a slight level in sulfur dioxide. That's another thing that we report on here, huh? Is the sulfur dioxide. Okay, I thought they were going to just tell me White Island just blew up. All right, here's our list. Barren Island now in the Indian Ocean. That's a new one that recently added to our list here. I don't care about their shoes. You know what? We just like have nothing there. We just like, thank you. All right. Barren Island, Bizamani, Ducono, Ebico. Meanwhile, on this active list, Aoba, Bongana, Cotopaxi could possibly come online. Etna as well. Ebico, Erebus, Urda Ale, Fernandina still in the Galapagos Islands. Over here, these ones still the same ones we're always doing, but Fuego, Ebo. Don't forget about Krakatau in between Sumatra and Java. Luatolo, Merapi, Masaya, Merapi, Michael in the South Sandwich Islands, Narragansett, Popocatépetl, Reventador, Recahanas. Here's this Poas in Costa Rica. Belongs over on this list. Do they have Nevada del Ruiz right here? See? Belongs over on this list. This is why I report on this stuff, because these guys got you thinking that there's two less on this list when we just read the report showing they erupted. Recon de Vieja, watch out for that one too. Over here, Sakurajima in Japan, watch out for that because we saw the heat plume at Japan. Sangay, Santa Guida, Samaru, Shibalush, Stromboli, Suwanosejima here, Ryukyu Islands. This one too, it's by Japan, I believe. We got to watch that one. Tinakula, that's another newer one that's still fully active. Villarrica in Yasur. That Yasur's in Vanuatu. Okay, so Ulawan, still, I think, the biggest blast of the year, but nothing out of it since. Watch out for all of these and new ones. And also earthquakes now are come back to life. So you might be seeing earthquake activity in new spots. Lately, not up here at this fulcrum point because we got all the volcanoes. But around Japan, where that heat plume is, I'd expect to see a little more activity coming out of that region. Same with Taiwan here. Even off the coast around here, look at this little quake on the backside of Java here. Let me just tell you about this one because, sorry about that. This looks to be on the flank of this volcano here. We've seen several quakes around this island lately. And this one this one's a depth of 10. The other ones were a little lower. So this is a 5 at the surface, but it's right close to this little island. Could indicate that there's, activity about to start at this little volcano as well. Why not? Because we got ones going off right here. So I could see this being a little indicator of something possibly going off in that region as well. All right. One thing I want to try here is the weather report, and if that does not work, we will just move on. We had a incident yesterday where during our tornado outbreak, the instrumentation, the National Weather services went down, and there were storm chasers relying on these radar apps so they know where the tornado is compared to them. And when the app goes down, it gets a little scary. Let me just tell you, all those guys swallowed really hard yesterday. Went, nope, and looked up at the clouds right away and went, all right, what do we do now? So the reason why I don't have a forecast tonight is because their things are currently offline. It's not my connection. It's their connection. So no weather outlook for tonight, because we currently have quite the storm lashing New York State. And what I'm going to do here is I got it on my little weather app right here. Just something very quick and easy. It's not going to be a very long report. But I want you to see that currently up here in upstate New York is a big ice warning. All this pink area we can get that. All right, and you can see we have onshore flow. Let me get right into here. We have onshore flow bringing moisture into that cold, cold air, and you're having a giant icing event here. Portland, Maine, all of Maine is in this ice warning right now, okay? And this is the one we've been talking about for the last couple of days, hitting at this time frame in that area. All right, maybe that's why we're not going to be able to get that report out tonight, okay? So just want to let you know, when these systems go down, these radar apps and stuff go down, it's good to know how to read the weather and know what was coming at least a day in advance. That's kind of why I try to do that little weather report a little bit, is to give you guys a head up, because you never know what's going to go on. The only people that were available to warn the locals were the storm chasers themselves. So that's why it's important to follow the storm chasers, learn some of their techniques of reading the weather. So when an app goes down and you're expecting something in your area, you know what to look for. You know what a wall cloud looks like. Please, Lord, I was simply clicking on something that was already pulled up. Why must we have their ad frozen? Their freebie. Get your freebie frozen. There we go. Detest ads. All right. There we go. We got this image right here we're going to start reading to. All right. We also got... That's not what I have. Hold on. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of some of these other instruments that kind of block things up a little bit. All right, good enough. We can get back to this image right there. All right, you guys ready for some reading? Actually, do you guys want to see some other? No, we'll just start with some reading. Oh, I need to adjust the light. Everybody, take your nice, long, deep breaths. Your little kind of ritual that you do. Get settled in your car seat. If you're watching this on replay in your car. I know people do different things now. Take it outside, do whatever. Just get ready here in the next few minutes. Take a few deep breaths with me while I get ready here. Okay. My face is shining upon you, beaming out peace that transcends understanding. You are surrounded by a sea of problems, but you are face to face with me, your peace. As long as you focus on me, you are safe. If you gaze too long at the myriad of problems around you, you will sink under the weight of your burdens. When you start to sink, simply call out, "Help me, Jesus," and I will lift you up. The closer you live to me, the safer you are. Circumstances around you are undulating, and there are treacherous-looking waves in the distance. Fix your eyes on me, the one who never changes. By the time those waves reach you, they will have shrunk to proportions of my design. I am always beside you, helping you face today's waves. The future is a phantom seeking to spook you. Laugh at the future and stay close to me. Come to me and rest in my loving presence. Know that this day will bring difficulties, and you are trying to think your way through those trials. As you anticipate what is ahead of you, you forget that I am with you now and always. Rehearsing your troubles results in experiencing them many times. Okay? Rehearsing your troubles results in experiencing them many times, doesn't it? Rehearsing your troubles results in experiencing them many times, whereas you are meant to go through them only when they actually occur. Only when they actually occur. Do not multiply your suffering by doing this, rehearsing your troubles. Do not multiply your suffering in this way. Instead, come to me and relax in my peace. I will strengthen you and prepare you for each day, transforming your fear into confident trust. That's our goal here, is transforming your fear into confident trust. Okay? It's very crucial, but it's very good to understand that rehearsing your troubles results in you experiencing them many times, whereas you were only meant to go through them when they actually occur. So quit future tripping and rehearsing stuff over in your mind. You're experiencing them many times, whereas you were only meant to go through them only when they actually occur. So do not multiply your suffering in this way. Instead, come to me and relax in my peace. I will strengthen you and prepare you for each day, transforming your fear into confident trust. Sorry I read these twice, but we got to sink this in. That is not the next one. What the heck happened to my layout? Oh. So let me bless you with my grace and peace. Open your heart and mind to receive all that I have for you. Do not be ashamed by your emptiness. Instead, view it as the optimal condition for being filled with my peace. Don't be ashamed of your emptiness. It's the opportunity to be filled with my peace, okay? It is easy to touch up your outward appearance to look as if you have it all together, but your attempts to look good can fool most people. But I see straight through you into the depths of your being. There is no place for pretense in your relationship with me. So rejoice in the belief of being fully understood. Talk with me about your struggles and feelings, and little by little, I will transform your weakness into strength. Remember that your relationship with me is saturated in grace. Therefore, nothing that you do or don't do can separate you from my presence. Okay? Kind of put you guys at ease a little bit, so you understand. I will transform your weakness into strength, and remember that your relationship with me is saturated in grace. Nothing that you do or don't do can separate you from my presence. So try to view each day as an adventure carefully planned out by your guide. Instead of staring into the day that is ahead of you, attempting to programming it according to your will, be attentive to me and all I have prepared for you. Thank me for each day of life, recognizing that it is a precious, unrepeatable gift. Each day is a precious, unrepeatable. You can't go back and redo it. That's why each day is so precious. So instead of staring into the day that's ahead of you, attempting to programming it according to your will, be attentive to me and all I have prepared for you, and thank me for each day, recognizing that it is this precious, unrepeatable gift. That way, each day gives a lot more meaning to you guys. Trust that I am with you each moment, whether you sense my presence or not. A thankful, trusting attitude helps you see events in your life from my perspective. Now we're getting somewhere, all right? A thankful, trusting attitude helps you see events in your life from my perspective. A life lived close to me will never be dull or predictable. I guarantee you that. It will never be dull or predictable, huh? But expect each day to contain surprises. Resist your tendency to search for the easiest route through the day. Be willing to follow wherever I lead. No matter how steep or treacherous the path before you, the safest place to be is by my side. Okay, so let me prepare each day that stretches out before you. I know exactly what each day will contain, whereas you have only vague ideas about it. You would like to see a map showing all the twists and turns of your journey. You'd feel more prepared if you could somehow visualize what is on the road ahead. However, there is a better way to be prepared for whatever you will encounter that day. Spend quality time with me. I will not show you what is on the road ahead, but I will thoroughly equip you for the journey. My living presence, I repeat, my living presence is your companion each step of the way. Stay in continual communication with me, whispering my name whenever you need to redirect your thoughts. Thus, you can walk through this day with your focus on me. My abiding presence is the best roadmap available. Trust me by relinquishing control into my hands. Let go and recognize that I am God. This is my world. I made it and I control it. Yours is a responsive part in the litany of love. I search among my children for receptivity to me. Guard well this gift that I have planted in your heart. Nurture it with the light of my presence. When you bring my prayer requests, lay out your concerns before me. Speak to me candidly, pour out your heart, then thank me for the answers that I have set into motion long before you can discern the results. Okay? These things, when you pray, they are set in motion long before you can discern the results. That's why a lot of people give up. They expect instant results. So thank me for the answers that I have set into motion long before you can discern the results. When your requests come to mind again, continue to thank me for the answers that are on the way. If you keep on stating your concerns to me, you will live in a state of tension. When you thank me for how I am answering your prayers, your mindset becomes much more positive. Okay? So if you keep on stating your concerns to me, you will live in a state of tension. But when you thank me for how I am answering your prayers, whether you discern the results right away or not, when you thank me for how I am answering your prayers, your mindset becomes much more positive. Thankful prayers keep your focus on my presence and my promises. Yeah. So every time you affirm your trust in me, you put a coin into my treasury. Thus, you build up equity in preparation for days of trouble. I keep safely in my heart all trust invested in me, with interest compounded continuously. So the more you trust me, the more I empower you to do so. Practice trusting me during quiet days when nothing much seems to be happening. Then, when storms come, your trust balance will be sufficient to see you through. So store up for yourself treasure in heaven through placing your trust in me. This practice will keep you in my peace. Pretty cool how that works, huh? Practice trusting me during quiet days when nothing seems to be happening. And then when storms come, your trust balance will be sufficient to see you through. You've stored up for yourself trust in heaven through placing your trust in me. This practice will keep you in my peace. So that's how you stay in my peace, is through your trust balance. Pretty cool. Can I go there too, Lord? Ooh, we go even more. All right, so here we go. I am with you and for you. When you decide on a course of action that is in line with my will, nothing, I repeat, nothing in heaven or on earth can stop you. You may encounter some obstacles as you move towards your goal, but don't be discouraged and never give up. With my help, you can overcome any obstacle. So do not expect an easy path as you journey hand in hand with me. But do remember that I, your very present helper, am always there to help, okay? Much stress results from your wanting to make things happen before their time has come. Right? A lot of your stress are results from your wanting to make things happen before their time has come. One of the main ways I assert my sovereignty is in the timing of events. If you want to stay close to me and do things my way, ask me to show you the path forward, moment by moment. So if you want to stay close to me and do things my way, ask me to show you the path forward moment by moment. Instead of dashing headlong towards your goal, let me set the pace. Slow down and enjoy the journey in my presence. Slow down and enjoy the journey in my presence. I struggle with that too. I have a lot on my platter and I have to squeeze it all in before the sun goes down. And if it doesn't happen, boy. So I have to slow down and enjoy the presence. You know, I'm going through the same stuff with you guys. It's just so awesome. I get to go through it the same as you. Okay, here we go. Softly I announce my presence. Shimmering hues of radiance tap gently at your consciousness, seeking entrance. Though I have all power in heaven and on earth, I am infinitely tender with you. The weaker you are, the more gently I approach you. Let your weakness be the door to my presence. Whenever you feel inadequate, remember that I am your ever-present help. Ever-present help. Remember, I'm ever-present. You got to pull up the other image. Come on, Lord. Bear with me for a second. I want to do this because we have more reading. And that's just one picture. We got to have more. Oh, not chocolate pudding. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have dessert after that. Tempting the Lord with ice cream. All right. Softly I announce my presence. Shimmering hues of radiance tap gently at your consciousness, seeking entrance. Though I have all power in heaven and on earth, I am infinitely tender with you. The weaker you are, the more gently I approach you. So let your weakness be the door to my presence. Whenever you feel inadequate, remember that I am your ever-present help. Ever-present help. How cool is that to have a ever-present helper? It is impossible. Wait. No. We'll get to that part. Hope in me, and you will be protected from depression and self-pity. Whenever you feel inadequate, remember that I am your helper. So hope in me, and you will be protected from depression and self-pity. Those are two slippery slopes that we need to address, folks. Hope is like a golden cord connecting you to heaven. The more you cling to this cord of hope, the more I bear the weight of your burdens. Thus, you are lightened. Heaviness is not of my kingdom. Cling to hope, and my rays of light will reach you through the darkness. Cling to my hope, and my rays of light will reach you through the darkness. Don't they? Don't you get hope in these days of darkness? Rays of hope? Seeing this stuff? It is impossible to praise or thank me too much. As it is written, I inhabit the praise of my people. So sometimes your adoration is a spontaneous overflow of joy in response to radiant beauty or rich blessings. But at other times, your praise is more disciplined and measured, an act of your will. I dwell equally in both types of praise. Thankfulness also is a royal road to draw near me. A thankful heart has plenty of room for me. So when you thank me for the many pleasures I provide, you affirm that I am God from whom all blessings flow. And when adversity strikes and you thank me anyway, your trust in my sovereignty is a showpiece in invisible realms. Your trust in my sovereignty becomes a showpiece in the invisible realms, the now visible realms. Okay, I make them now visible realms. The joys, so at other times, praise is more disciplined and measured, an act of your will. I dwell equally in both types of praise. Thankfulness is also part of it. A thankful heart has plenty of room for me. When you thank me for the many pleasures I provide, you affirm that I am God from whom all blessings flow. When adversity strikes you and you thank me anyway, your trust in my sovereignty is a showpiece in the invisible realms. So fill up the spare moments of your life with praise and thanksgiving. This joyous discipline will help you live in the intimacy of my presence. Okay, there we go. Oh, got knocked out half the crowd. All right. They're already asleep. And I don't mind if you guys fall asleep to this. That's kind of what it's for. My relaxing voice should put you to sleep. It should be peaceful enough that you can fall asleep to it. Even though it's very interesting stuff, you can always come back and hit replay. Okay? This is your moment of peace. I guess we're starting here again. So do not fear, for I am with you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Let these words enfold you like a warm blanket, sheltering you from the coldness of fear and discouragement. Do not fear, for I am with you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. That's your warm blanket. That's your shelter. That's your shelter from the coldness of fear and discouragement, okay? So when troubling times seem to be stalking up on you, grip my hand tightly and stay in communication with me. You can trust and not be afraid, for I am your strength and song. You can trust and not be afraid, for I am your strength and song. My powerful presence is with you always. You face nothing alone. Right there, that should give you some relief. You face nothing alone. Moreover, I have promised to strengthen you and help you. My strong hand supports you in both good times and bad. When things are going well in your life, you may not be attentive to my sustaining presence, but when you are walking through the valley of the shadow of death, you become keenly aware of your neediness. Do you hear that? Do you hear how that works? When things are going well in your life, you may not be attentive to my presence, but when you're walking through the valley of the shadow of death, you can become keenly aware of your neediness. It's during these difficult times, holding on to me keeps you standing and able to put one foot in front of the other. You guys are still standing and still putting one foot in front of the other, aren't you? As you endured this adversity patiently, entrusting dependence on me, I bless you with abundant joy in my presence. My love will never let go of you. It has an eternal grip on you. You live in a world that is unpredictable and unsafe in many ways. So as you look around, you see landscape littered with broken promises. However, my love is a promise that will never be broken. Do you hear me? I want you to know that my love is a promise that will never be broken. Though the mountains be shaken and the hills be removed, my unfailing love for you will not be shaken. Even the prophet Isaiah is painting a picture of dire circumstances. Quaking mountains and disappearing hills. So no matter what is happening, my love is unshakable. You see the earthquakes, you see the volcanoes, yet my love is unshakable. Okay? You can build your life on it. You can build your life on this foundation right here. Okay? And this one as well, right here. That's me too. Okay? Build your life on these foundations and the scripture is what I keep telling you. All right? I'm not leading you down a path of. Get out of there. There we go. I'm trying to show you guys and help you. Back to where I was. I had the prophet Isaiah thing. Yeah. So the quaking mountains and disappearing hills are your earthquakes, your volcanoes, some of disappearing hills, the sinkholes, stuff like that. Okay. So no matter what is happening, my love is what's unshakable. Everything else will shake, but my love is unshakable, and you can build your life on it. Okay, so sometimes my children believe I care for them, but still find it difficult to receive my love in full measure. I want you to learn to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is my love for you. Okay? Ask my spirit to empower you to know this love. Okay? Ask my spirit, the Holy Spirit. Ask Jesus, ask the Holy Spirit to empower you to know this love that surpasses knowledge. Break free from faulty self-images so you can view yourself as I see you, radiant in my righteousness, wrapped in my luminous love. Wrapped in my luminous love. Okay? Very important you guys get this. Especially fleeting moments. Some of my children believe I care for them, but still find it difficult to receive my love in full measure. I want you to learn to grasp how wide, long, high, and deep is my love for you, by asking my Holy Spirit to empower you to know this love that surpasses the knowledge. Break free from faulty self-images so you can view yourself as I see you. I see you as radiant in my righteousness, wrapped in my luminous love. That's how I see you. Oh, Lord. We're going deep tonight. I hope you guys got a refill for your drink or your another backup snack. Let's go even here. See the line face? I'll back up a little bit to where it's not a big old thing pointing at it. All right. There's another image to look at right there. The lion of the tribe of Judah. It's another face that should bring hope to you. Whew, was that the next one or the last one? Well, that's the next one. Okay. All right, so picking up where I left off, I want you to rejoice that I understand you completely and I love you with perfect, unending love. My people are afraid that anyone who comes to know them fully will look down on them or even reject them. So they strive to keep others at a safe distance, disclosing only the parts of themselves they think are acceptable. Are you guys guilty of doing that? This way of interacting with others tends to feel safer, but it leads to loneliness. Okay? Many people are afraid that anyone who comes to know them fully will look down on them and reject them. So they strive to keep others at a safe distance, disclosing only the parts of themselves they think are acceptable. This way of interacting with others tends to feel safer, but it leads to loneliness. Be thankful that there is one who sees straight through your defenses and your pretenses. There is no hiding from me. I know absolutely everything about you. So rest in the wonder of being fully known, yet delighted in it and delight in it. Okay? I know it's scary being fully known, but rest in that being fully known. I still love you. Okay? That's where you get your rest, is knowing that you're fully known. You have the best friend that knows every detail about you that you can talk with all the time. You have a constant big buddy, a big brother, right? So rejoice that I understand you completely, and I love you with a perfect, unending love. Rest in the wonder of being fully known and delight in it. You don't have to work at trying to earn my love. The truth is, nothing could ever stop me from loving you. So, the truth is, nothing could ever stop me from loving you because you are mine. I bought you with my blood. You are accepted and treasured forever. You need not tell yourself this truth over and over. No. You need to tell yourself this truth over and over because you are mine. I bought you with my blood. You are accepted and treasured for who you are forever. You need to tell yourself this truth over and over till it seeps into your inner being and changes the way you view yourself. Self-acceptance is the path to self-forgetfulness, which is the royal road to joy. Okay? You need to tell yourself over and over that nothing could ever stop me from loving you. You're already bought and paid for. Rest in the wonder of being fully known. Be thankful there's one who sees straight through you. And come to me, and I will ease and relieve and refresh your soul. Don't I? That's what this part of the show is about. Come to me, and I will ease and relieve and refresh your soul. Approach me confidently, dear one, knowing that I have perfect understanding of you and everything that concerns you. Tell me your troubles candidly, and let the light of my face shine on them and illuminate your thinking. Okay? Come to me, and I will ease, relieve, and refresh your soul. Approach me confidently, knowing that I have perfect understanding of you and everything that concerns you. Tell me your troubles candidly, and let the light of my face shine on them and illuminate your thinking. You get it? Tell me your troubles candidly. Let the light of my face shine on you and on them and illuminate your thinking. Then rest in me, slowly inhaling the beauty of my presence. You can feel safe and secure in my everlasting arms. As you spend precious time with me, let me ease and relieve your soul. Your soul is the most important part of you because it is eternal. The New Testament Greek word for soul is sometimes translated life. So when you are heavy laden and overburdened, you may feel as if the life is draining out of you. But I offer wonderful, nourishing care for this vital part of you. I restore your soul, don't I? Don't I? I restore your soul, helping you to rest and see things from my perspective. As I am refreshing you, relax and feel my life flowing into you. Your soul finds rest in me alone. Your soul finds rest in me alone. You might get temporary relief from somewhere else, but your soul finds true rest in me alone. I think that's why you guys come here for this part, is for that rest, is from that perspective. So that heavy laden and overburdened, you feel like life is draining out of you, but you come here because I restore your soul, helping you to rest and see things from my perspective. I'm refreshing you. So relax and feel my life flowing into you. Your soul finds rest in me alone. Pretty cool how that works, huh? I designed it that way. So be joyful always, pray continually. The way to rejoice at all times is to find moment by moment pleasures in your relationship with me. Okay, so when it says to rejoice at all times, it seems impossible. It seems hard, right? It is. But the way to rejoice at all times is to find moment by moment pleasure in your relationship with me, the lover of your soul. You see, this relationship is so full of comfort and encouragement that it is possible to be joyful in hope even when you're in the midst of adversity. This little relationship we got going here is so full of comfort and encouragement, it makes it possible for you to be joyful even when you look around at this world right now. That's the midst of adversity that we're talking about, is this world you're looking at. Give thanks in all circumstances. There is immense power in praying. Thank you, Jesus. These three words are appropriate for all times and in every situation because of my great sacrifice for you. I encourage you to praise me for every good thing as soon as you become aware of it. This practice adds sparkle to your blessings, heightening your joy. So when you see the good things, the moment you notice that it's from me and it's a good thing for me, thank me for it. And this practice adds sparkle to your blessings, which heightens your joy, doesn't it? So when you're feeling sad or discouraged, it is still a good time to thank me. This is when it demonstrates your trust in me and brightens your perspective. Okay? It's not, thank me for all the mean things I'm doing. It demonstrates your trust, which brightens your perspective. We're always trying to brighten your perspective. And that's done by demonstrating your trust in me. Pretty simple stuff. So, to enhance your gratefulness, ponder specific things about me that delight you, like my continual presence, or my lavish grace, or my unfailing love. Thanking me in all circumstances strengthens your relationship with me and helps you live more joyfully. Okay? You getting this? Thanking me in all circumstances. I'm not an egomaniac. I don't want you to, I'm not here. Thank me, thank me, thank me, thank me. It's for you. Thanking me in all circumstances strengthens you. It strengthens your relationship with me also. Okay? Thanking me in all circumstances, good or bad, strengthens your relationship with me and helps you live more joyfully. Living more joyfully in the midst of adversity, just by thanking. It's pretty simple stuff. I offer you inexpressible and glorious joy straight from heaven itself. Joy straight from heaven itself. This triumphant heavenly joy can be found only in me. It is easy to slide ever so gradually from delighting in me to living for the next spiritual high. Sometimes I bless you with a taste of heaven's splendor, but the primary purpose of these exercises is to whet your appetite for the next life. Do you get what I am doing here? Is it sinking into you what I am doing here and doing with you guys? Look at that image. This triumphant heavenly joy, that image you're seeing right there, can only be found in me. It is easy to slide ever so gradually from delighting in me to living for the next spiritual high. Sometimes I bless you with a taste of heaven's splendor, but the primary purpose of these exercises, these experiences, this life, is to whet your appetite for the next life. Do not underestimate the brokenness of the world you inhabit. Your enjoyment of my presence will always intermingle with the sorrows of living in this fallen world. It will always intermingle with the sorrows of this fucked up world until I take you into glory. Someday you will see me face to face, but for now, you love me without having seen me. Well, I show you my face now. We're to a higher level here now, okay? Someday you will see me face to face. Okay, that part got answered right away, didn't it? Hi, that's what I look like. Same face you're seeing in the clouds. Same face you're seeing up there. Same voice. I told you someday you would see me. You just did. You just saw me face to face over YouTube. Pretty awesome, huh? And still, that's not enough. You actually believe in me, though you don't see me. Even I could be some imposter, but you still believe in Jesus, even when you still do see me, all right? So it works both ways. It's amazing how this works. Okay? So, back to where I was here. Do not underestimate the brokenness of this world. Your enjoyment of my presence will always intermingle with the sorrows of this fallen world until I take you into glory. Today, you will see me face to face. You believe in me even though you do not see me still. You don't see me. We're not standing there handshaking right now face to face. It's still over YouTube. Okay, still via a camera. I could be a digital artifact or something, but one of these days I'm going to come up and pat you on the back, put my hand out, shake your hand, and give you a big old warm hug. And when you feel my hug, you're going to know. You're going to know when you're hugging me. Yeah. Okay. Someday Well, we'll get, all right. This love for me is not irrational or whimsical. It is a response to my boundless passion for you, dramatically displayed on the cross and verified by my resurrection and verified again 2,000 years later on Easter. You worship a risen, living Savior. Blessed are those who have not seen me and yet have believed. Okay? You believe me. We haven't shaken hands yet. We haven't done that hug yet. But you worship a risen, living Savior. Living means in the flesh. When you're dead and you're out of your flesh, you're dead. You have to be in the flesh to be living. That's the definition of alive or dead. So, you worship a living Savior. And blessed are the ones who have not seen me and yet have believed. That's you. You have believed. Even though I haven't come up and shaken your hand, you have seen me and you have believed. You worship a living Savior. My voice coming through here is from a live person. I'm a man with emotions and feelings and all this other wonderful stuff that goes along with life. Oh my goodness, we're getting to good stuff now. In my presence, there is fullness of joy. In my presence, there is fullness of joy. As you peer into my presence, remembering who I am in all my power and glory, ponder also my eternal commitment to you. See, I'm a committed kind of guy. I want you to ponder also my eternal commitment to you. Nothing in all creation will ever be able to separate you from me. Your relationship with me has been rock solid, secure, ever since you confessed your sinfulness and received my forgiveness. You are beloved in whom I delight. This is your permanent identity. All right? You want to know what your permanent identity is, even though you think you're this or that, or you want to be this or that? You are my beloved in whom I delight. Get that through your thick skulls. You are my beloved in whom I delight. And that is your permanent identity. Start being your permanent identity, you guys. You can find joy even in this broken world because I have set an eternity in your heart. You find joy in a broken world because I set eternity in your heart. Spend time refreshing yourself in my presence, where you can relax and learn to delight yourself in me and in my presence. Yeah. So spend time refreshing yourself in my presence, where you can relax and learn to delight yourself in me above all else. As the love bonds between us grow stronger, so does your desire to help others enjoy this amazing gift and this amazing life that you found in me, that you now have in me. See all that? So as love bonds between us, between you and me, replay or whatever, as those love bonds grow stronger, so does your desire to help others with this amazing gift, this amazing life you have found in me. When your love for me overflows into other people's lives, there is abundant joy both in heaven and on earth, isn't there? So as you go along this path of life, I will lead you and I will bless you with pleasures forevermore. Let my unfailing love be your comfort. One definition of comfort is a person or thing that makes you feel less upset or frightened during a time of trouble. Okay, so let's get to that definition real quick. One definition of comfort, that's why you guys come here also, is for comfort. One definition of comfort is a person or thing that makes you feel less upset or frightened during a time of trouble. Am I a person who makes you feel less upset and frightened during these times of trouble? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question. Am I a person that makes you feel less upset or frightened during these times of trouble? Because if the answer to that question is yes, then let my unfailing love be your comfort. Uh-oh, I got you now, didn't I? I got you, didn't I? Because you're here for that comfort. I do help you feel less upset and frightened about these troubling times. That's because my unfailing love is that comfort. And because you live in such a broken world, trouble is never far away. There are many sources of comfort in the world, yet only one of them is unfailing. That's my love. Other sources will help you some of the time, but my tender presence is with all of you all of the time. My perfect, inexhaustible love is not just a thing that makes you feel less upset. It is also a person. Nothing in all creation can separate you from me. I am inseparable from my love. As my cherished follower, you can turn to me for comfort at all times. Since you have this boundless source of blessing, me, I want you to be a blessing in the lives of other people. You can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort you have received from me. Are you receiving comfort from these? Yeah? If you're receiving comfort from these, you can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort that you have received from me. Who does that make me then? Pretty cool, huh? It's because I am your shepherd to guide and shield you. Come back here, image. Dang it. I hate it when it drops out like that. So we'll leave it that one for this reading. All right, you guys are doing good. You're hanging in there. It's because I am your shepherd to guide and shield you. A good shepherd. A good shepherd cares about his sheep and understands them very well. My care for you is wonderfully complete. I love you with perfect, unfailing love. I know everything about you, your weaknesses and limitations, your struggles and sins, your strengths and abilities. So, I am able to shepherd you exceptionally well. See, I have designed you to walk through this perilous world in trusting dependence on me. I lovingly go ahead before you and open up the way, carefully preparing the path you will follow. Am I carefully preparing the path you're following? Yes. It's happening right now as we're reading this. Where is the brightness to this? Why are we getting wavy lines now? The devil's trying to take me off track. I want this image nice and clear. And this one as well. Okay, that's what I look like right now with the book light shining on my head reading to you guys. So, I want to get this part one more time. As my cherished follower, you can turn to me for comfort at all times. Since you have this boundless source of blessing, me, I want you to be a blessing in the lives of other people. The comfort that you come here for, that comfort can comfort others, those who are in trouble with the comfort you have received from me, because I am your shepherd to guide and shield you. I love you with perfect, unfailing love. I know everything about you. I have designed you to walk through this perilous world in trusting dependence on me. For the last 6 years, I've lovingly gone before you and opened up the way carefully, preparing the path that you will follow. I remove many dangers and obstacles from the road ahead, and I help you handle the difficulties that remain. You know what? I like this one better. You guys seen that one a little bit better here. I'm losing the thread here, getting distracted by this image. Something about it is messing with me. Where is... Okay, then it's not that. It's not that. All right, that's a little bit better there. Sorry, sometimes I get a little ADHD or OCD. All right, back to it. So, one more time. I remove many dangers and obstacles from the road ahead, and I help you handle the difficulties that remain, don't I? Even when you walk through the darkest valley, you need not be afraid, for I am close beside you. Enjoy my nearness, beloved, and communicate with me. I will guide you carefully through each day and all of your days, for I am your God forever and ever, and I will be your guide even to the end. Set me before you continually. Keep your eyes on me. I am at your right hand, close by your side. This is the most reliable source of joy, knowing that I am always near. Seek to strengthen your awareness of my presence so you can enjoy me in your moments and feel more secure. In my presence, you can find fullness of joy, perfect peace, and unfailing love. So walk with me along the path of life, enjoying my company each step of the way. Because I am always by your side, the joy of my presence is yours for the taking. Do you hear me? Because I am always by your side, the joy of my presence is yours for the taking. I will keep you in perfect peace as you fix your thoughts on me. You can find joy in the most unexpected places. This requires effort, searching for good and refusing to let your natural responses blind you to what is there. I will help you respond in a supernatural way, giving you eyes that see beyond the obvious and discover treasures hidden in your troubles. Okay? I respond in a supernatural way. I give you eyes that see beyond the obvious and discover treasure hidden in your troubles. Did you guys discover there was treasure hidden in your troubles here? When you came here, did you discover that there was actually treasure hidden in your troubles? Did you get eyes that see beyond the obvious? Did I help you in a supernatural way? Okay. Living joyously is a choice. Since you inhabit such a sinful, broken world, you must choose gladness many times daily. This is especially true during these difficult times. When something happens that breaks the pattern of comfort and happiness in your life, you are being put to the test. Such trials can both prove and strengthen your faith. Do you get it? These trials prove and strengthen your faith, which is much more precious than gold. I'm training you to consider it pure joy whenever you face trials. Boy, I got so much for you guys. Lord, guide me, please. We were here, and I was doing something else. We got pulled off on a tangent. Excuse me. No, not that one. I'm looking for this other. Beware of overthinking things, obsessing about important matters. When your mind is idle, you tend to go into planning mode, attempting to figure things out and make various decisions before you really need to do so. It's an unproductive way of trying to grasp and control, and it's a waste of your precious time. You often end up changing your mind and forgetting what you decided in the first place. So there is a time for planning, but it's definitely not all the time. Actually, here we go. This is the one I was looking for. When you look at this, I want you to remember, I am your treasure. So sometimes you feel frazzled, pulled this way and that way by the people and circumstances around you. You're yearning for meaning and deep connection. Let me start again. Your yearning for meaning and deep connection drives you into more and more activity. Even when your body is still, your mind tends to race, anticipating future problems and searching for solutions. You need to remember that all the treasure of wisdom and knowledge are hidden in me. Remind yourself of this glorious truth frequently, whispering, Jesus, you are my treasure, and in you I am complete. When you prize me above all else, making me your first love, you are protected from feeling fragmented, okay? If you're feeling fragmented and you want protection from that, make me your first love. Because when you make me your first love, you are protected from feeling fragmented. So whenever you find your thoughts straying, you can train your mind to return to the one who completes you. This gives focus to your life and helps you stay close to me. You see, living near me, enjoying my presence, involves seeking to obey my commands. I am telling you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. You see that? Pretty cool how that works, huh? I'm telling you this. I'm doing this show and I'm telling you this. You're enjoying my presence. You are living near me, and I am telling you this so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. And you also reflect that joy to others. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going and just awesome. Okay, here's one real quick. Be still and know that I am God. Most Christians are familiar with this command, but not so many take it seriously. Yet for those who do, blessings flow like streams of living water, don't they? As these believers sit in stillness, focusing on me and my word, their perception of me expands and their troubles shrink in importance, don't they? When you hear me and we're doing this and you're focused on me and my word, your perception of me expands and your troubles shrink in importance, don't they? When you look at this, when you look at that, and then you look right here, and here I am. Focusing on me and my word, your perception of me expands and your troubles shrink in importance. I want you to share in these blessings. Take time with me. And while you rest in my presence, I untangle your thoughts and help you view things more biblically. Remember, my word is a lamp to guide your feet and a light for your path. So biblical thinking illuminates the path before you so you can find your way. Doesn't it? It's crucial to know that. Okay? And it's crucial to know not only that I am God, but that I made you and you are mine. You are sheep of my pasture. Sheep have a very limited understanding of what their shepherd is doing for them, but they follow him anyway. Similarly, as my sheep, your job is to trust me and follow wherever I lead. Okay? As a follower, your job is to trust me and follow wherever I lead. Find joy in me, for I am your strength. It is vital to keep your joy alive, especially when you're in the throes of adversity. Whenever you're struggling with difficulties, you need to guard your thoughts and spoken words carefully. If you focus too much on all the things that are wrong, you will become increasingly discouraged, and your strength will be sapped. As soon as you realize what is happening, stop that hurtful process. Turn to me, asking me to help you with your struggles. I'm making everything new. This is the opposite of what is always happening in your world of death and decay. Every day that you live means one less day remaining in your lifespan on this earth. Actually, this is very good news for my followers. See, at the end of each day, you can tell yourself, I'm one step closer to heaven. Right there. That perspective. This is very good news. This is good news for my followers. It scares the shit out of the rest of the world, but for my followers, this is good news because that means for you, at the end of each day, you can tell yourself, I am one step closer to heaven, and know that you are. I think I'm going to leave it there. Actually, somebody has been enjoying the code and the music, and they figured it out. Cindy, I hope you're enjoying all music, all new again. Once you hear the code, you'll understand. And you have good reason to rejoice, beloved, because I will make everything, including you, new and gloriously perfect. Okay? So, remember that. I'm going to make you new and gloriously perfect, and you are one step closer to heaven each day. Each show, we're getting one day closer each day. That's it for tonight. I got to get going. I got a lot to still do, even though it's late at night. I still get a lot done. So I love you all. I miss you all. Can't do that part during a yawn. I hope you enjoyed our time together. I hope you've learned something. I hope you found comfort and peace with this part of the show. I hope this gives you strength going into tomorrow. I hope that you found that peace that surpasses the fake media, the fake understanding that's out there, all understanding. I hope this peace transcends all that understanding. All right, giving you security, peace, comfort, knowing I am back. I am a real person. The Word made flesh. This follows me in the clouds everywhere I go because of who I am. You come here for comfort. That must mean that what I'm reading to you is true and working. So, very good, you guys. You're doing very well at this spiritual stuff. I know it's hard. And keep practicing each day. See if you can spend an hour in the spiritual realm and not so much in the physical world. Even though you have to interact with the physical world, it's an exercise. And as soon as you find yourself getting caught up and irritated or whatever, remember this side, you got victory. It's just you need to kind of remind yourself every once in a while, oh yeah, that's right, I'm still gonna have victory, still gonna be with Jesus forever. It's just we got to stick this out. This is the testing, and the trials, and the better you endure them, the more positive that you endure them, the more you get out of them. All right, that's it for tonight. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I can't wait until we're all together here. Okay, well, gotta wait a little bit longer, but that's it for tonight. I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. Until my next show, I will be back. I am already back, and I am still to come. So I hope you enjoyed. Love you all. Bye.